Alright guys, welcome back. So we have finished on the security parts of the housekeeping operation. Security means we want to actually make sure the guest is secured, things are secured, and not and the stealing cases can be controlled. That is security concerns. Now we are moving to the safety concerns. What is safety concerns? Actually, we want to talk about the emergency cases happening, something that is unforeseeable or uncontrollable. We call it emergency cases. There may be advanced planning and that training and drills be held. So 4 types of emergencies, guys. So when we talk about safety concerns, actually we are talking about the 4 emergency cases that can happen in the hotel, and there should be advanced planning. There should be advanced planning on how to tackle all of this. Yes, they are unforeseeable and uncontrollable, but if things happen, you must have your advanced plan, and people are trained and drills for that. Okay, for example, fire. How is to actually use the fire extinguisher and so on, and also how is the fire drills and so on. I think you know fire drills means you have to evacuate the people from the hotel and then go to the large space for safety, right? So bomb threats and bombing. Next is natural disasters and riots and civil disturbance. Alright, when we deal with the emergencies that happening in the hotel, you must be able to prevent any occurrence. Prevention is very important. For example, fire prevention. How do actually we prevent from fires? And number 2, how to minimize the risk of death and injury and also property damage because of the fire cases. So all of this is actually the things that you do when you deal with emergencies. So hotel must train the employees how to prevent the cases. Guys, natural disasters you cannot prevent, bombing threat you cannot prevent, but fire cases you can prevent. So fire prevention cases and also minimize the risk. So if there is any cases of fire, how to minimize the risk. If there is any cases of natural disasters, how to minimize the risk to the property and also to the risk of death and injury and also to the property damage. Employees must be trained on the procedures. For example, I said just now how to use the handheld extinguisher and also fire drills. Okay, guys, fire protection. Guests are inclined to let their guard down if or when someone else implies that there is nothing to worry about. It is not necessary to scare hotel guests to an early departure, but there is excellent reason to counsel guests gently about what to do and what if situation. Guys, you know, the guests, they don't bother about if there is any, they don't bother about any emergency cases until it happens. So it is good that you must have certain kind of education to the guests. You should not scare the guests until they go for early departure, means they go back, but you should have some excellent counseling. So excellent counseling to the guests on what to do if anything happen. So they call it what to do in what if situation. So maybe you can put some publication on how to actually evacuate themselves properly during the fire cases. An intoxicated smoker. Guys, this is fire protection and the hotel guests. Here are 4 situations causing the fires and related to hotel rules violation. Sometimes happening that fire happen on the mattress because you rent a room to the guest but you are not taking the smoking materials. Yeah, smoking materials are not allowed in hotels, and you should confiscate the item before you pass the key. Late night fire in a satellite linen room. Why this happen? Failing to dispose of trash properly at the end of the workday and leaving a service door unlocked. So this is the thing that can happen to late night fire. Late night fire deliberately set in an elevator in your lift. For example, leaving a known safe environment, then when a fire is reported without protecting your ability to retrace your path. Next is television exploded. This happened because leaving a television in operation in vacant room. So television explode. You should also train your staff or educate your staff about the danger of smoke. Yeah, it is almost always by death cases or burn cases during the fire case will happen not by the fire itself, but it happens most of the time because of the smoke and panic. Smoke is very hot. Smoke is very hot, and it can cause burning very fast. If the whole building is trapped in fire, even the fire haven't reached the floor, but the smoke from the fire can kill. So what to do? Employees should be drilled on the effect of smoke and be taught on how to avoid smoke and panic in order to set a proper example for guests. So employees should be drilled or should be trained on how to actually avoid smoke. Guys, usually hot smokes or hot air will be on the top side of the building. So on the bottom side of the building, it will be more cooler type of air. So you should be like moving on your body instead of walking. You should be moving on your body, on your chest, and get away from the fire, please. All right. So employees should be taught on how to avoid the smoke and panic so that you can give or set the proper example for the guests. So what you should do in fire drill is demonstration of blindfolded employees leaving a hotel. So this is example of training that you can do. You blindfold the employees and see whether they can evacuate themselves from the building safely or not, because during the fire there will be black smoke, very thick smoke, and you cannot see anything. So blindfolded employee training should be good. Use of handheld extinguisher, how to use fire extinguisher, and so on. And then showing of films that is related to fire cases and fire protection and the use of fire equipment. Yeah, so all of this is the example of training that you should give to your employees. Guys, meth lab or drug lab. So methamphetamine laboratories or meth lab are simple to build, and sometimes the guests will operate the activities of meth lab inside the room, and the process of cooking this meth is very extremely hazardous and very highly flammable that can cause fire to the hotel. So it is very important for you just now to actually check on the D&D rooms for any case of meth labs activity. Guys, I see you in the next video.